Hello. It's your boy, the lazy guy, aka for the ones who don't know, Hamdi Ibrahim, and today I'm here to enlighten you about the benefits of the use of foam rollers and teach you 6 foam roller exercises that I recommend you to do. I don't want to drag the video any longer, so without further ado, let's get on with the video. Before going on with the video with the exercises, first and foremost, let me tell you about the benefits. There are many benefits you can gain from these exercises. The most common that most of the people that know is this will be good for your back. But people are not familiar with the exercising dimension of the world. They think of the only benefit you gain is for massaging your back. Although it does benefit your back, however, there are many benefits you can gain. For instance, it's good for your balance, reduces inflammation in the joints and muscle, which is good because it helps with your blood flow, helps with muscle repair, and of course straightens and strengthens your back and neck. Most importantly, be sure you know what you're doing because you don't want to injure yourself in the process. And one warning I should get in a few warnings advices that I'm going to give you is that avoid foam rolling if you have a serious injury such as muscle tear unless your doctor or physical therapist has cleared you first. Also avoid rolling over small joints like your knees, elbows, and ankles, which could cause you to damage them. I wouldn't want you to cry in pain, start crying out loud and say your hamstrings are in pain or your shoulders hurt. I don't want to hear any complaints. Okay, so of course you need equipment, so I'm going to explain to you what you need. This exercise requires very minimal equipment. All you need is a foam roller that is about $30 to $40. About $30 is sufficient enough. A bottle of water, which is free, of course, because you already own a bottle and you can use tap water. But if you don't, you can go to any store and get those water bottles for about $1 to $2. And lastly, of course, you need some sort of free space. Or room that has space, which is free. I mean, you don't need to consider the fact that your parents pay rent or you're some sort of subscription with the gym or something. You don't need to count that in, but you have you can go to a park or somewhere like that, and there's some free space that you can use. And now let's get down with the 6 exercises I recommend you that you should do. All the exercises that you're about to see are very easy and they're meant for beginners. And out of like a difficult scale, they're out of 5. They're all about a 1. The first exercise that I recommend is the upper back roll. This exercise is especially good for your posture and tissue flexibility, which focuses on the large, achy, and tight muscles. It helps restore the range of motion throughout the body and decreases soreness. You should do this for about a minute. Just follow what the guy is doing and just understand how the upper back roll is supposed to be done, and along with every other exercise that I'm going to show you in this video.
Those are often tight and grumpy muscles between them and the thoracic spine itself. From this position, lift your hips up, engage your butt, and slowly and deliberately work for 30 to 60 seconds, rolling up and down that thoracic region, from the bottom of your neck down to the lowest ribs. Keep those abdominals gently tight throughout, so as to not overly arch your lower back.
The second exercise that I recommend you to do is the quad roll. The quads are responsible for the leg and hip extension, so it's essential to keep them in good shape using a foam roller. Foam roller exercises for the quads will alleviate muscular tension, loosen up the muscle, and work out any knots for improved soft tissue quality. This exercise should be done for a minute. I've been talking for a lot. I'm always going to talk for a lot. I'm just going to explain you what's the benefits. You should just do this for the remaining time left. I think about 30 seconds.
Body up and down in long, straight, linear strokes from the top and your quads. Now from there, we're going to work then up and down, moving your body up and down in long, straight, linear strokes from the top and your quads. Now from there, we're going to work then up and down, moving your body up and down in
This third exercise is called the hip flexor stretch. This stretch is especially good when you sit for long periods of time, like what you guys are doing right now. While stretching them is good, foam rolling them is even better because it's good for loosening the muscle tissue plus the connective tissue around it. This exercise should be done for 30 seconds as this isn't a full roll. You just need to roll that specific area, which is a very minimal movement. Okay, let's just take a moment for a breather. Let's just take a break. And while you're doing that, take a moment to view our sponsorship for today. Today's sponsorship is Gatorade. Are you thirsty, tired, angry? Drink Gatorade. Fuel up yourself with the thirst quencher. Is it in you? When you give everything, Gatorade gives it back. Life is a sport. Drink it up. I'm just kidding. We don't have a sponsorship for today. Let's just continue on with the video. Okay, now the fourth exercise that I recommend you should do is the calves. This exercise is mainly for you athletes out there. I know you guys would like this. This exercise especially benefits you with your hops. When you foam roll the muscles, your calves, it will give you a extra spring in your step. Do this for about a minute as well. This fifth exercise is the hamstring roll. Another muscle that's negatively affected by sitting all day is your hamstrings, which may need some exercise. The foam roller is a great way to help with this. This exercise should be done for a minute as well. And this is another essential exercise that you should do. I recommend you because this is an important place where a lot of athletes and the most common place where people usually get affected around.
As well. When you find an area that's particularly tight, such as just about there for me, I'm just going to oscillate back and forward on that area to release. Roll the leg more central, and then I want to roll the leg all the way in so that I'm on the inner aspect of the hamstring as well. When you find an area that's particularly tight, such as just about there for me, I'm just going to oscillate back and forward on that area.
Now finally, the last exercise that I recommend you to do is called the rhomboid massage. This is very important because especially during the pandemic, as those who are learning online are constantly put in a bad posture. People who have rounded shoulders have a poor posture that causes the rhomboid muscles to extend unnecessarily. Not only those who have rounded shoulders, but as well as those who have a bad posture for sitting for a long period of time. The rhomboid's functioning is then harmed, and then you don't want anything like that to happen. The pectorals as well, or also known as the chest muscles, become even tighter. As the rhomboids try to draw the shoulders back, the final effect is the weakness and the limited range of motion. That is why you guys should do this exercise, because it benefits you here because it puts back everything in place. This exercise should be done for a minute as well.
Small muscles. So you want to roll kind of by your scap to the middle of your back. And focus on the right side. You could support your head using your opposite hand. One hand can be on the ground to make sure you're not going to roll off. And focus on the right side.
Now that you're familiar with what to do, you should try this every day at least once, as this is a very good stretch. If you want, here's a poster that sums up everything I said until now. I hope I educated you about the benefits of the use of foam rollers and what to do with them. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And it's your boy, the lazy guy, aka Humdy, and peace.